In a maximum security prison, a man sat in silence, his eyes fixed on the wall as he recounted the events that led him to commit a heinous crime. A crime that would haunt him for the rest of his life, and the question that echoed in his mind was, what drove me to do it? The year was 2019, and the United States was grappling with a staggering statistic. Approximately 1 in 5 prisoners had a diagnosed mental health condition, with many more going undiagnosed, leaving experts to wonder about the intricate relationships between the brain, human body, and behavior, and the role of psychology in shaping human behavior, particularly when it comes to violent crime. Dr. Sarah Chun, a leading forensic psychologist, had dedicated her career to understanding the psychology behind violent behavior, and her research led her to a startling discovery. The brain's reward system played a significant role in violent behavior, with individuals exhibiting altered brain chemistry and reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, a region responsible for impulse control and decision-making, a finding that would change the course of her research forever. As Dr. Chun delved deeper into her research, she found that childhood trauma was a significant predictor of adult violent behavior, with many studies showing a strong link between adverse childhood experiences and later life aggression, a connection that was both disturbing and thought-provoking, and one that raised important questions about the long-term effects of childhood trauma on adult behavior. The amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure in the brain, was also found to play a crucial role in emotional regulation, and was often implicated in violent behavior, with individuals exhibiting an overactive amygdala, leading to exaggerated emotional responses and impulsive aggression, a discovery that shed new light on the complex relationships between the brain and behavior. Because of this newfound understanding, Dr. Chun began to explore the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize and adapt in response to new experiences, and its critical role in shaping behavior, a concept that would challenge everything she thought she knew about the human brain and its capacity for change. As she dug deeper, she discovered that individuals with a history of violent behavior often had reduced dopamine receptors in the brain, making them more prone to seeking out risky and aggressive behaviors, a finding that was both fascinating and unsettling, and one that raised important questions about the role of dopamine in shaping human behavior. The more Dr. Chun learned, the more she realized that the psychology behind violent behavior was far more complex than she had ever imagined, and that the brain was capable of both incredible beauty and terrible destruction, a paradox that would haunt her for the rest of her career, and one that would drive her to continue her research, no matter the cost. But then, she stumbled upon a fact that would flip everything. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience found that individuals with antisocial personality disorder, a condition often associated with violent behavior, had reduced dopamine receptors in the brain, but also had an increased capacity for empathy, a finding that challenged everything she thought she knew about the psychology of violent behavior, and one that would change the course of her research forever. In the end, Dr. Chun's research taught us that the psychology behind violent behavior is a complex and multifaceted issue, one that requires a deep understanding of the human brain and its many mysteries, and that by exploring these mysteries, we may uncover the keys to preventing violent behavior and creating a safer, more compassionate world. And that's a story we'll continue to explore. Subscribe to factstormhub. We tell stories like this every day. Full article on factstormhub.com.